So we all thought this was going to be a normal Friday morning. It was a Rotary Club meeting at the Lanham Club. Bill Fahey was our speaker. He's the Youth Services Director. It was the summer of 2015. But we were all about to find out that it was going to be anything but ordinary. Bill told us of a crisis that was gripping the country and certainly the state, and now it had trickled down right to our community.
And he was impassioned, and he was so upset that Andover had been losing a citizen a month. Andover recognized we had a problem, and fortunately our Board of Selectmen, our police chief, Pat Keefe, got together with the other community leaders, and they looked for help.
You could hear a pin drop in that room. It was so alarming to hear that we were averaging a citizen a month was dying right here in our hometown of Andover.
The opioid epidemic continues to be one of the worst epidemics in United States history. The opioid use disorder epidemic is rampant across the country, and although showing some positive signs of improving, we still have a lot of work to do.
Addiction knows no boundaries, whether it be in people's families, workplaces, or in their town like it was in Andover and like it is in Andover.
Andover Fire Rescue is in the front lines dealing with the opiate crisis almost on a daily basis. And if it wasn't for the community outreach and the community support that we received, especially from Andover Cares, we would not be able to fight the opiate crisis as well as we have been able to in the town of Andover.
After the meeting that day, many of the Rotarians stayed. We talked for nearly an hour, and we tried to find out if there's anything we could do. How could we help?
We got together after and said we had to do something, and we decided, hey, let's raise some money, because that's one of the things Rotarians are good at doing, getting community partners, seeing a need, raising money.
In 2015, when we were having a community discussion about how we as an organization, the town of Andover, was going to combat the crisis around addiction, we needed community partners. And as part of that effort to find those community partners, Andover Cares was front and center, and they were a voice of support and an advocate in trying to build a real sense of how we build community support behind what is a community problem.
Rotary did what Rotary does. We identified the problem, worked on a solution, and rolled up our sleeves and got to work.
So we got together and we said, let's put together a fundraiser. We'd put together an event in the fall. We'd bring in some entertainment. We'd bring in some resources. We'd try to raise money. And Andover Cares doesn't claim to be the experts, but what we do claim to do is care about the community, provide resources, and also help our community partners, different corporations and individuals who care about making Andover the best community in the world.
This one problem doesn't have one solution. It requires a lot of hands coming together in order to make meaningful progress.
As a physician, I feel it's very important to not only work on treating substance use disorders, but also focusing on education and prevention in the community.
Andover Cares is one of our strongest and best supporters and partners. That has played a vital role in the success of our free community drop-in center downtown.
We started to raise money that we could provide back to the community in the form of grants. A lot of the folks who have gone through struggles with substance abuse and addiction, it's affected their whole family. Often trust is broken at that point. One of our grants went to Ironstone Farms for a program with equine therapy to help build trust.
So Ironstone Farm provides programs for veterans, and we have veterans that come every week. And probably 90% of those veterans are in recovery from some kind of an addiction, and a lot of that addiction is opioids.
The way we've been able to partner with Andover Cares and truly get their support is through a number of different grants. A lot of the programs that we're doing wouldn't be possible. So some of our therapeutic groups that we run at the drop-in center, even a voucher program that would give access to folks to transportation to get to treatment, and a number of different other programs like Hidden in Plain Sight, which is an educational program for parents and loved ones around early signs of addiction.
We've also provided a lot of grants that have gone to different organizations affiliated with the schools on wellness, on making good choices, for kids to be making ethical, safe, good choices, and often having kids find a path and an opportunity to work with their peers.
I don't know, looking back 5 years later, where we would be without Andover Cares support. A lot of hands coming together in order to make meaningful progress. And we've had that in terms of our municipal departments, but we've had that with Andover Cares, who's had a hand in everything we've done thus far, and I look forward to them continuing to be a partner.
Andover Cares means a lot, and Andover truly cares because that partnership has enabled us to help a lot of people, and hopefully in the future a lot more.
Martin Luther King has said that it is always the right time to do the right thing. And right now, it's absolutely the right time to do the right thing. Andover Cares and all the people in the Merrimack Valley have really rallied to do what is right for our patient.
I think Andover Cares helped the town of Andover be in the forefront in dealing with this problem, and without them, we would not be where we are today. And certainly that has attributed to a reduction in deaths as well.
It's amazing that there are organizations like Andover Cares who can generously support our opportunities and our efforts to really invest back in the community, provide education and resources to be able to treat the problems that exist.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I thank the efforts of the Andover Cares folks who continue to pay attention to this issue around mental illness and the disease of addiction, and continue to be creative, humble, and very generous with their funds to make recovery and healing a possibility for a lot of our community members. I thank you.
I'm proud of the important community work we've done at Andover Cares. And I believe we've made a difference, and quite honestly, I think we've helped in saving some lives. But the work is not done. There's still thousands and thousands of people dying in Massachusetts every year. So the work needs to go on. Our grants need to go out into the community to continually educate our citizens to the dangers of addiction, but we also need for them to make good choices and to know the value of those good choices. And of course, we have to thank each and every one of you for your support and your help. All the businesses, all the corporations, the individuals, and the citizen groups who have given not only their time and money, but they've really worked hard in this fight against addiction. In the words of Anne Frank, how wonderful it is that we need not wait a single moment before we start improving the world.